how was it like when you're 35, 34, 35, like start dating again, like being in the open market, like how does it feel?
So it's a weird thing, and I find this with, I talk to a lot of people who are in the process of getting divorced, and one thing the women particularly always say to me is, how's dating after divorce? And because when you first divorce, right, it feels like the most important thing, especially if you've been married a long time. You're like, oh, well, I need to find my next person. Like, there isn't this part of you that's like, I'm just going to be single. So I dated like crazy. I was single just around the time COVID hit. So I didn't get like a normal get out there dating experience. Yeah. I had to use the dating apps and stuff. So it seemed so important. And I didn't have trouble getting dates. I used to go on 3 dates a day, incidentally, when I was first single, 3 dates a day. Because I was like, my singleness is a problem to be fixed. I've got to find somebody. And it's crazy now I think about it. Didn't work, still single. So there you go.
What was the weirdest date that you had?
Do you know what the worst date was?
Okay.
I dated a guy who thought I was going to be really impressed by money and status, and I'm not. I grew up poor, by the way, so like money does nothing for me. I've never dated someone that earns more than me. Like, it's just, money does not interest me at all. And he was like all Rolex and talking about, oh, I'm an executive and blah, blah, blah. And it was just like the worst few hours of my life. And just everything he said, I was just like, oh my God, I would literally rather be, we were at a really fancy restaurant, and I was like, I would rather be in a McDonald's, like with somebody that didn't even have a job, than be here with this guy flashing his Rolex in my face. That's probably the worst date ever.
Yeah.
And then he asked me out again a few years later when I bumped into him, and I didn't obviously say this, but I was thinking, you do know you're the story I tell of the worst date I've ever had. So I will tell you something, right? Being a female comedian is man repellent. Okay? Every man that's ever come to see my show has never asked me out again. So I now tell men, like, don't come and see the show, because they're like, oh, I'd love to come and see you. I'm like, please don't. Which I hope is not just because I'm not funny. I think it's just because it's not a very attractive thing, I think, for a man to see a woman on stage. Like, I don't know, it's a bit alpha, maybe. If I have a fan out there who wants to go on a date, let me know. I don't know. I guess wouldn't rule it out.
People approach you on the street and say like, hi?
They do.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they do a lot now, which is weird. I get approached all the time, which is amazing. Like, if I go for a night out, people are like, oh, you're the comedian, which I love. I said this to my friend, we were out at the weekend, and it happened a few times, and I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I love this. I love it. Like, I don't want to be like, oh my God, it's so embarrassing. It's not. I love it. I'm like, bring it, come say hi. Yes. I haven't had anyone at work ask me yet, so I'm waiting for that.
Yeah, I have it also. In Singapore, it's more like, hey, I love your videos, this kind of thing. In India, it's different. It's like, oh my God, this kind of thing.
Oh, so, that's amazing.
Yeah, in Singapore, it's more like gentle, I think.
I always have a good experience. But one thing that I need to tell people about me, I have face blindness. This is a real thing. It's like a real medical thing. And the problem is I don't recognize people a lot, which is killer with something like this, because then people come up to me and like, oh, Sasha, I've been at like all your shows. And I'm like, But guys, if it ever happens and I don't recognize you, it's face blindness. It's a real thing. Like
wow.
It's like so embarrassing. Yeah, it's a medical thing, and it's embarrassing in my corporate life. It's embarrassing in my comedy life. Like, it's so bad, and people think I'm rude or I don't care because I don't recognize them, and it's not that. Next time I see you, I probably won't recognize you. I'm not visual. So it's a really weird thing.
Wow, interesting. Do you joke about it publicly?
I haven't done. I do have. I haven't actually, but it's in my notes of things I want to write about, because it really affects me. I mean, especially, it's a terrible thing to say. White woman in Asia, if I don't recognize people go, oh, you think we all look the same? And I'm like, I don't recognize anyone. Like and it makes me feel terrible that people would ever think that I would be like that. But actually, it doesn't matter who someone is. I just don't recognize people.
Do you have any principles in life that are really important for you, and maybe you teach your daughter something like maybe one or two that really
Yes.
important?
So there are a few things. These are the things I believe in. First of all, kindness. Number one thing for me, be kind. I don't care if she's the smartest kid, you know, top of the class. I don't care about anything. I just want to know that she's kind to the other people in her class. That's number one thing. The one thing that I tell everybody that I'm a big believer in is things can be two things. It's okay to feel two things about one situation. So you can feel excited to go to a friend's house, but sad that it means you can't spend the afternoon with your mum, you know.
Yeah.
And I just think this in life in general, people think everything has to be black and white, and actually I really am a massive believer in it's okay to feel two things. So we talk about that a lot. I think those are probably like the main things that we talk about. For me, her health, obviously health first, happiness next, everything else is secondary.
What's the meaning of life for you?
Oh, the meaning of life. I mean, to me, life is to be lived, to enjoy it and to be happy, and for the people around you to be happy. They say, I don't know how old you are, Max, but I'm going to be 40 this year.
Same.
And apparently, are you going to be 40 this year? I'm happy. Are you happy about it? When do you turn 40?
I have a midlife crisis.
I have a midlife crisis every day. So when do you turn 40?
August, end of August.
Oh, you're
28.
way older than me. November I turn 40. You know, I think life is to be enjoyed. They say our generation, we're the YOLO generation. I keep hearing this, the you only live once.
Yes.
I'm a bit like that. You know, I was married a long time. I was a very different person when I was married. Life was not so fun. You know, I got my lovely daughter out of it, which is amazing, but it wasn't an exciting life. And now I have such an exciting life. And I feel like there's this terrible phrase, do it for the plot, which sometimes I do that a little bit too much. But I believe in it, you know, make life amazing, make it something to talk about. If my life was super dull and boring, I wouldn't have this amazing opportunity to sit here with you and talk about it. So that to me is life is to be enjoyed.